Well, this should be a treat today. I'll be way up there in that dark, clouded area. We're gonna have a nice little chat in a beautiful environment. Yeah, I used to take this road 4 or 5 times a day for a year to go up here just to meditate. I think it's about 20 miles. If you've been watching my channel, you've seen me go up this on my motorcycle, same road. But I bought this 2000 Tracker. It's a car I would have never bought because I was into, German cars, cool cars and stuff like that. But basically a Japanese car. They're super reliable. It's older with low miles, 4x4, super inexpensive to maintain and parts. You really do good on roads like this. Some very narrow spots, big potholes, and I just bought it, so it's running good. But right now I have no cell service. It's one of those things that if you break down, it's quite a mission to get out of it. There you go. Perfect car for this, so it's just nice to have a car you don't have to worry about at all. You get scratched up by the trees in some areas. It's nice. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I'll just kind of bring you up to speed what this place is about for me. Beautiful Olympic Peninsula up in the Olympic Mountains just outside of Sequim, Washington. It's about a 20-mile drive up here. In 2006, 2007, I came to Sequim, Washington to build property. We were waiting for building permits, which ended up taking a year. And in that period of time, we couldn't spend money or do anything. So I would come up here and work on Vipassana meditation, which was taught to me by the Wat Buddhist monks from Thailand. Never took it seriously. I just had nothing else to do, and the experience I had was unbelievable, absolutely amazing. And especially to be up here 4 to 6 hours a day. And I would sit right there. Very special place to me, just magical. It makes you feel very small. Been 19 years, something like that, so it's a lot more busy here. But I would come up here all day and there wouldn't be a soul up here. So I wanted to sit and talk to you here. These trees have gotten bigger. They were much lower. Some super amazing things happen. I'll tell you one weird thing, and I've given my card out to everybody this last 11 months I've been on the road, so a lot of you are watching this, and so, I'll run across somebody in town here. I've been here for about a month and a half, and they're like, yeah, we watch your videos, and I'm like, oh, God. But especially when I cover stuff like this, I had something happen the last day of meditation here. It's very strange. I know it's weird. I don't do drugs. But the last day I was here, I had this vibration hit me that was just intense. And it's kind of like in the theaters, they used to have that THX, noise. Maybe I'll add it here. I'm going to do a little bit of editing here. So that noise, but deeper, and it was penetrating me. And I was sitting here, looking here, and for probably 4 or 5 hours, and it made me open my eyes, and I always looked at this tree here. The first, it was much lower when I first opened my eyes. And anyways, and the noise disappeared, and then I looked to my left up this way, and there was a transparent, elongated triangle, huge, pointing right at me as I was sitting here. And I could see through it, and the back end of it, I could see the stars. It was piercing through the atmosphere. It was an unbelievable experience I had. And if you can imagine, if you've gone through something like that, especially being a conscious, aware, grounded person, that changed my life. And now it's been several years. And we're all going through something on this planet that's very hard. Even the best practitioners of meditation are still feeling this weight of the world on them. And I want to talk about that and what I'm feeling all this means. So let's sit back, enjoy the view, and let's have a little talk. Well, I'll be damned. I erased all the footage I was going to talk about sitting up there. I use my phone for everything. I don't use an auxiliary hard drive, all the stuff you should use. And I ran out of space and accidentally deleted the video, so I will add photos that I took while I was there and talk here. So, so people that are sensitive, meaning they're aware of energy, it really exists. Science knows this now. We can measure it. Some people are just really in tune to frequencies, vibrations, people's energy, despite to facial expressions, body language, tone of voice. Just this energy that's encapsulating the entire globe right now. It's not a good feeling. And I know it's not just me. But what do you do about this? And even people that are mellow and free, like I am currently, can't seem to meditate ourselves out of this. Not even that. What we need to do is cut all the strings off and be fearlessly present, meaning don't have your lookout energy out. You know, don't see it, don't take it in. Hear it, don't take it in. Feel it, replace it with the present moment. Just look at everything's fine. Beautiful blue sky. We've got the mountains here. I've eaten plenty. We have shelter. You know, all the good things that are happening right now. And yes, it would help to turn our phones off or do what our grandparents did. You know, they would read the morning paper and that's it. You know, while having breakfast or whatever, they might read it at night, maybe, you know, an hour in the morning, an hour at night, and that's it. And I need to practice this myself because this energy is contagious. It's taken everybody out of the joy and the peace and the love in life, and just the soothingness of nature's not even doing it. Like nothing's really doing it. And you know, this is really interesting. I didn't know this was true, and if you look it up on Google, it is. Do you know between 50 to 70% of people do not have an inner monologue? They don't have an inner voice. I never knew that existed, especially over half of people don't have an inner voice. They don't even know how to use their imagination to see images and run scenarios through their head. You know, what are they? Just a program? And so these people don't even know what I'm talking about. And so I'm reaching out to people that know what I'm saying is you're very in tune to the energy. And the more you watch the news and the internet and all this ugly stuff going on, you know, that has happened, is happening, energy is endless. And so you're tuning in on wherever that event is happening and you're feeling it that way. And also through your mind and watching it and putting yourself through the scenarios. And there's some kind of dark energy, some kind of dark force. I'm not going to be specific about it. I'm not going to come to any conclusion. You know, yes, it could be technology, 5G towers. It could be the solar flares. It could be just the demon energy, the dark. Whatever you want to call it, it's here and we're feeling it, and it's becoming harder and harder to just relax and tune it out. Those that don't have the inner monologue, they just, I don't know. This is news to me. I can't imagine that because I've got nothing but images that go through my head. I have nothing but an inner monologue. And what meditation helps with people like that is to stop the monkey mind. You know, the mind just racing and racing, and it's like a monkey jumping from tree limb to tree limb. That was an old thing the Buddhist monks have coined, saying that. And there are always pioneers moving us into the future. Are you one of them? Are you a sensitive who picks up, reads everything energetically, and see the sequence of events? Where there's a chain reaction of it's a Monday morning, nothing's clicking with most people, Murphy's Law, spilled your coffee, car's not starting, and then the sequence of events happen, and you drive out in traffic, and it's not flowing, and it's sketchy, and people are shifty. those that are going to pioneer the future are going to see the redundancy in that. You've seen it for years. It's nothing new. There is a new trying to come in. And what we have been doing is witnessing, just witnessing things, watching everything. And it's time to pioneer the disconnection. The world's energy is not yours. Some people are very compelled to want to warrior up and prepare to fight. They can't resist the anger they feel inside on all sides. And it's being thrown in our faces by our phones. These things are around us constantly. And if you don't have it on, somebody's going to text you and say, did you see this? We had a big earthquake out here in the ocean just outside of Oregon. And it made all the volcanoes and the Cascades here vibrate differently. This is like real stuff that's happening. Or what's it called? 3-Eye Atlas. Is it a spaceship? It's accelerating. It's getting closer. It's going faster. It'll be here sometime in November. What's going on with the wars? What's going on with Russia? It makes you frustrated at humanity. But I'll say this, and these are my theories, okay? Makes sense to me so far. We all love animals. Most people do. But they don't have the ability to think about thinking like we do. I think we can all agree to that. They have emotions. They get angry, they get sad, they get happy, they get jealous, envious. They get all these typical triggers. But they can't sit and think about thinking, and nor do they have images run through their head. Maybe, I've seen that they have dreams. We've seen their reactions to dreams when they're asleep, nightmares when they're asleep. So I don't think any of us really know it, but there's one thing that we have in this: we are more advanced in intelligence. And it's almost like we have an alien parasite called thinking, thoughts, that run through our head, and we can believe the movie we're seeing and physically feel accordingly. But meanwhile, here, right now, everything that's going on, for me right now, is just fine. It's okay. Temperature's good. It's a little chilly. I kind of like it. And then we've been taught about manifesting, and don't think about negative things too much because it'll come. There might be some truth in that. I'm not saying there is. I believe there is, but I'm just trying to be neutral in this whole thing I'm talking about right now. And it's time to turn it off. It's very serious, and it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's time to focus on joy and inner peace, which is the one observing everything we see on our phone, everything, the drama that comes in our life. It's observing it. It's participating in it. Thoughts that run like crazy. You watch the news, and so many people are trying to predict the future like Nostradamus. And by the way, Nostradamus had a horrible life. Do you really want that? So I'm talking to the pioneers. I know some of you I've met, and I've given you a link to my YouTube channel. You don't really know me, but I'm going to have to go see you tomorrow in this area I'm at right now. And at the expense of looking weird, I just don't care anymore. I have been by myself this run. I've done this before, this run for 11 months, almost a year now, traveling all over the West by myself. I've had a lot of time to sit in the darkness of our mind and confront this thing inside of us. It's not easy. That's why they call it doing the work. And you visit it until it becomes nothing new to you. It's like, God. You can't say, when is it going to stop? When's it going to stop? Oh my God, I'm going crazy. I need meds, something. No. You have to run it through your head, go through it until you notice that it hasn't actually physically done anything to you unless you've decided to do something. I'll end with this. My bike had a flat tire. I'm waiting for a tow truck, and this young man he's from India, works at the gas station where I was at waiting for the tow truck, and he came out and was asking what's going on, and I get it's just life. It's nothing to me. It doesn't stress me out. But he literally put his arm like on my shoulder, on my back, and it was weird to me. It just for a brief second, and then I was like, that's what they do in other cultures, especially India. You'll see these grown men walking down the street with arms around each other. And so I didn't look at it weird or anything. It was actually wonderful. I was like, wow. It was, I can't believe that little gesture really soothed me. It's amazing. Didn't want anything from me. Just let me know he's a friend and cares. Or laughing with me, whatever. There was a bond there. I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you for that. But if we can get out of the grossness of each other, the way men and women are fighting today, the fights between the alphas and the betas, and it's just all this information overload, really, and get past our disgusting realities, that we're human and we're flawed physically, mentally, spiritually, and you pioneer stillness, inner peace, not fighting for peace. That's contradicting. It's funny. And let go. Free yourself from it. You might be ridiculed by others. There's really an energy out there right now. It's like, what makes you think you're entitled to be all smiley and happy and at peace multiple days in a row? What makes you privileged to when I say something to try to trigger you and it just doesn't even faze you? Let's turn the volume up. And that's what's going on. It's insane. So that's all I have to say. And dang it, I had some great footage up there talking, but this is probably better because it's much shorter. So thanks for watching my channel. Add your 2 bits in. Always open to discussions. I'm not big enough channel yet where I'm not looking and reading every comment, and some of them I'm replying back. Take care.